Hey everybody, I don't know if you can really see me too well, but because the glass is cracked on my phone, it gives this weird special effect. I think I made a video last year about my father's death. I mean, the anniversary of it is tomorrow. And today in class, I shared something. By the way, a little bit of Brentwood love. I don't forget you guys. I don't forget any of my students. But today we did we did a morning meeting where we were thankful. But the point was, I wanted the kids to say what they were thankful for and why. And I shared that I was thankful for my mother and father for inspiring me to be an educator. I don't like the word teacher. I don't. There's nothing wrong with the word, but teachers are doing more than teaching. Education, the connotation of being an educator, means more to me. And I'm driving home, and I'm just really thinking about my father. And I'm thinking about his legacy, that a lot of his players told me how he used to go to work. He would take the attendance of his players, and if any player wasn't in school, he would get in his car and drive to the house and get those players, those students. He'd wake them up and say, look, you have an opportunity and a gift here, God-given talent to be a great athlete. And it may not take you to the NFL, but it can get you into college, and college can get you an education, and education will get you somewhere in life. And a lot of his players, tell me this. And the one thing I want to know is this. I want to know if those players made something of their lives. Something I never shared about my dad is that I was very angry during my teenage years that he chose to coach more than he chose to be a father. I'm not speaking ill about him. Please don't take this that way, but what I'm trying to say is that there was a lot of anger I did have because I really needed my dad more than anything. But if I learned anything, I learned how to be resilient, I learned how to be self-sufficient, I learned how to be a tough guy. I learned that, your parents will not always be there. So even though I was angry for him not being there, he did teach me a life lesson that I grew from. And from that, I am who I am today. Now, the one thing is that I want to know if the former students and players of his are going to make their lives worth it. Worth it because a man gave up being a father to be a role model for them. And they better make their lives mean something, or else I'm going to be very angry about it, because that cost me and my family something big. So they better do something with their lives. A lot of those people, those players of my father's, they're in their 50s, they're in their 40s, they're in their 30s. Some of them are in their 20s, and some of them, I love you guys. You are the other brothers and sisters I've never had. But the inspiration that you got from my father had a cost. So make it worth something. Now, I do love my father. That's probably the one thing I was angry about, But here I am now as a teacher myself, an educator. I'm not the coach that he'll ever be. Maybe not in football. But he did give me some good valued lessons. And he's the one that taught me never to cut any students from any team. Find the value in anybody at all times. But what he didn't tell me, what I learned, and this is because of my mother's teachings as an educator, is that everybody does have a value in different things. I guess that's why when I would play John Madden football or NHL hockey games, that I made sure that every player that was on my team was doing something. I know it sounds weird, but I actually would be like, okay, even the worst players are on a line in NHL hockey when I used to play it. But when I played lacrosse, I had my Alpha, Beta, Gamma line. I had the clone trooper. I made sure everybody had a role because everybody was a part of that team. The proudest moment I ever had was being a lacrosse coach at East Middle. And Rocky Point too. You guys made me who I am today. And let me tell you this. I am having the best year as a teacher ever in Florida right now. I have very brilliant students. And that's what my mother and father both instilled in me. Find the value in everyone. I look at my students and I don't see failures. I don't see anybody who is incapable of not being better than I ever could have been. They just gotta want it. They just gotta need it. They need that inspiration, and that's the one thing I'm always chasing. My father made people feel like they were winners. And let me tell you, I've won championships. I've won tournaments. It is a great feeling to stand in an end zone holding a touchdown in the air. It is a great feeling to be the final at a tournament, the finalist, the champion. And you know what? Sometimes it's just even great to be nominated amongst the greats. Like being Teacher of the Year nominated, I didn't want to show my excitement. I was very humble about it. But even the nomination is a victory because where I was to who I am now, nobody thought I would ever make it that far. And here I am. I'm still standing 13 years later, teaching, educating, leading. And I don't do it for myself. I do it for the students. That is what my mother taught me. That's what my father taught me. You do it for those that are learning from you. When you're willing to sacrifice who you are for what you will be. You know, my students get angry because I say things and I'm very tough and I'm very hard with the words I say. But you know what? That was a lesson my father gave me. He would say things in a weird way that would motivate me to be better. He didn't coddle me. Heck, even my mom. She was, the loving and caring one. But when she gave me the tough love, oh yeah, she did. She did. And she pushed me and made me see what is out there. It's why my heroes are all over the spectrum of all different kinds of people. George Washington, real life person who's dead, Captain America, and even those two women who I saw that would go to work and walk to their job in rain, in snow, in hot weather in Sayville every day for 2 years when I would drive from Oakdale to Bayport to go to high school. Point is this, is that the students are not working for me. I am working for them. I am their servant. And if I am failing them, no, if they're not learning, I have failed them. That's how I look at it. If they are not achieving and reaching their potential, I have failed them. If they don't leave my classroom, if they don't leave the school year by the end of the year, brighter, intelligent, I'm not saying they need to be the best math student ever, but they need to be a citizen. They need to know that hard work will yield benefits. And it's tough. Anybody who's a millennial from 1984 and up, yeah, I give millennials a hard time. But you can't blame them for who and what they are right now. They are a generation in search of inspiration. I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm not a hero. I should never be anybody's hero. But damn it, I don't want anybody to have the life I led. I don't want them to follow my route. So maybe I could be some kind of guidance and show them that their dreams exist, and it's necessary to have these dreams. It's necessary to work on yourself. I believe what Bruce Lee says about that, every student is like a rock, like a lump of clay. A sculptor does not add clay to a statue, but cuts away what is not necessary to bring the brilliant and beautiful sculpture from within outside. I won 2 awards over the summer. Yes, I was like, yes, I earned these. Yes, when I first got them. But you know what? That wasn't my award. Those were my students' awards. They just put my name on the certificate. And now maybe it is divine, whatever you want to call it. But here it is, the anniversary of my father's death. And here I am, now asked and tasked with teaching those kids again. And I'm going to teach them again next year in 6th grade. And I just wish they could see what I see when it comes to this math. People were like, the brain tumor was a horrible affliction. But you know what? The brain tumor wiped away and gave me a clean slate to learn again, and learning this new math, and then the old memories come back with the old math. Let me tell you, I can combine both. Give it a chance, and I will make you who cares about being a student? Well, I do care about you being a student. But what I'm saying is that in the end, if you are just better at problem solving, if you're better at logic, if you're better at connecting the dots, if you're better at seeing how to budget, if you're better at seeing why numbers matter, if you can then see how ELA, English Language Arts, learning to read, being a better reader, being a better writer is all connected to mathematics, and how it can all bring you the things that you want in life. That is what I ultimately want everyone to see. Everyone can do it. I believe this. And you know what? My mom believes it. My father believed it. And you know what? I believe it. Hope. I wish I could tell you guys my whole story. If you only knew what has happened to me in 5 years. If you knew what's happened to me in 13 years. If you knew what happened to me in 1994. I'm not trying to tell my story for pats on the back and gratification. I want to tell my story because I want others to know that no matter how dark the abyss is that you think, no matter how hopelessness feels, all you need is a little bit of light. All you need is a little bit of inspiration. And you can pull yourself out of a gutter. You can take the noose off your neck. You could put down the drugs. You could put down the alcohol. You can be something. You can do something. Not everybody's going to be the richest person in the world. Everybody's got a part to play. Are you a detail in a picture, or are you the person that sees the bigger picture and your role in it? Video's been going on for 13 minutes and 50-something seconds. Maybe this is just me coping with my father's death. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to carry on the legacy for my heroes, my mom and my dad. But I know that every day I'm going to be the best educator I can because those kids deserve it. And I'm damn proud of every single one of them. There's a reason why I let my own son go to school with these students, because I am proud to be alongside them through this adventure. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I don't know how long I have to last. But I will be there all the way through. Their success is my success. And if they don't learn, that's my failure, not theirs. And I cannot let them down.